Welcome to Soulful English. My name is Daniel, and today you will step into a story that may change the way you learn forever. Imagine this. A boy stands in a dark room. His books are torn, his shoes broken, his stomach empty. Yet his dream is shining bright. He wants to speak English, not tomorrow, not someday, now. Because in his world, English is not just language. It is hope, power, and freedom. He hears the sound of rain outside. Drops fall on the roof. Slow, heavy, endless. His heart beats like a drum. He whispers one word, tomorrow. But tomorrow never comes. Days pass. Weeks pass. He tries. He fails. He gives up. He tries again. Still, the words do not stay. Have you ever felt that way? Reading, repeating, memorizing, but forgetting. Feeling stupid, hopeless, weak. If it were you, what would you do? One day, something changes. He sees a poster. Red letters scream, "Learn 1,000 words in 30 days." His heart races. Could this be real? He takes the paper, folds it, hides it in his pocket. At night, he stares at it. His eyes burn. His body trembles. He decides. He whispers, "I will try." His voice cracks, but his decision is strong. That night, he cannot sleep. A storm rages inside his chest. The next morning, he begins. No fancy books, no expensive course, just one notebook, one pen, one broken dream, and the courage to rise again. He writes the first word, hope. He says it slowly, hope. He writes it again. He whispers. He shouts. He sings it. Hope. And something strange happens. The word enters his bones. It is no longer just English. It is a promise, a light in the darkness. Have you ever felt that magic? When a word is no longer sound, but meaning? When it enters your soul, like a seed ready to grow? He continues day 1, 10 words. Hope, dream, rise, fall, pain, light, fight, win, boss, love. 10 small soldiers ready for battle. Day 2, another 10. Day 3, another 10. At first, he struggles. His mind screams, "Impossible!" His body aches, but he continues anyway. 30 days, 300 words. His head feels heavy. His notebook is filled with scribbles. His heart is tired, but something inside is burning. He remembers the poster. 1,000 words in 30 days, his mind says. Fool, his heart says. Try. And so he pushes forward. Every night. He repeats. Every morning. He reviews. His voice shakes. His eyes close. His lips whisper. The words become part of his breath. And then, something happens. He meets a stranger. A man in a shop. The man asks in English, "How are you?" His heart stops. His mind races. His tongue is frozen. But then, one word escapes. Fine. Then another. Thank you. The stranger smiles. The boy feels alive. That moment is small. Just 2 words. But for him, it is a mountain. It is proof. The impossible is possible. The dream is alive. He runs home, heart pounding, eyes shining. He opens his notebook, hugs it, kisses it. His tears fall on the pages. He whispers, "Thank you." What about you? Have you ever felt that small victory? That moment when all the pain, all the struggle, suddenly feels worth it. But this is only the beginning. Because after 300 words, something new enters the story. A twist. A challenge. A test of fire. One morning, he wakes up. His notebook is gone. His brother has taken it, ripped the pages, used them to light a fire. The boy screams. His chest burns. His legs shake. His words, his soldiers, are gone. Have you ever lost everything you worked for in one night? He runs into the street. His voice breaks. His tears blur his eyes. People stare. He does not care. His world has ended. But then, silence. A thought rises. A whisper inside his heart. The words are not gone. They are inside you. They cannot burn. And so, he stops. He closes his eyes. He breathes. He repeats one word. Hope. And the word returns. Stronger. Brighter. Eternal. That was his turning point. He realized something powerful. The words were not in the paper. The words were in him. And no fire could kill them. And that is the secret. You do not learn English with your notebook. You learn with your soul, your body, your tears, your fight. He continues. Stronger. Faster. Louder. He learns 20 words a day, then 30, then 50. His voice echoes. His memory grows like fire. At the end of 30 days, he stands tall, not perfect, not fluent, but alive, with 1,000 words burning inside him, ready for life. And now, let me ask you, if it were you, would you try? Would you fight? Would you believe that 30 days can change everything? Because it can. It did for him, and it can for you. One word at a time, one step at a time, one day at a time. Repeat after me, hope. Say it. Feel it. Own it. That is how learning begins. That is how victory is born. The boy is no longer the same. His steps are quicker. His eyes shine. His voice carries English words like sparks in the night. But victory never comes easy. Soon, he meets his greatest enemy, doubt. Doubt whispers in his ear, cold, sharp, and poisonous. You cannot do it. You will forget. You will fail. Doubt is louder than thunder, darker than midnight, heavier than stone. Have you ever heard that voice? The one that tells you to stop, to give up, to throw away your dream? He feels it too. On day 10, he sits alone, his notebook open, his hands heavy, his head resting on the desk. The words blur before his eyes. His lips refuse to move. His heart whispers, enough. Why suffer? Why fight? Why continue? But then, a sound. His mother's footsteps. She enters, tired from work, carrying bags of rice, her face lined with years of struggle. She looks at him and smiles. Her eyes say, do not give up. Her hands touch his head. Her silence is louder than words. And in that silence, he finds power. He lifts his pen again. He writes one word, then another. Slowly, painfully, he rises again. This is the rhythm of learning. Fall, rise, fall again, rise again. Each time stronger. Each time deeper. Each time closer to victory. He creates a system, a small trick. He writes each word 3 times. He speaks it 5 times. He uses it in a sentence. For example, the word hope, he writes, I have hope. Hope gives strength. Never lose hope. The word is no longer alone. It lives. That is the secret. Words must live in sentences, in stories, in sound, not trapped in lists, not locked in dusty notebooks. Have you tried it? Take one word, speak it, use it, build a sentence, build a story, make it yours. Try now. He begins to play with words. He whispers them on the street. He shouts them in the fields. He sings them in the rain. People stare. Children laugh. But he does not care. Because every word is a brick, and he is building his own palace of English. By day 15, he has learned 500 words. His notebook is heavy. His voice is stronger, but his mind is still hungry. He pushes harder. 10 words become 20. 20 become 30. Each night, his candle burns until dawn. Each morning, his eyes burn with fire. But fire consumes. His body weakens. His hands shake. His eyes ache. He begins to forget. Words slip away like smoke into the air. One morning, he cannot recall even the simplest word. Dream. He stares at it. But it feels strange, empty, lost. His chest tightens. Have you felt that fear? Studying hard, but forgetting everything. Feeling like your mind is a leaking bucket, and nothing stays inside? He almost breaks. But then he remembers a rule. Repetition is not punishment. Repetition is power. Every time you repeat, you make memory stronger. So he changes his plan. Each morning, he reviews 50 old words before learning 10 new ones. The past feeds the future. Slowly, the words return, stronger, clearer. He feels the weight of memory in his chest. Not like smoke, but like stone, firm and solid. On day 20, something new happens. His teacher asks a question in class. What is your dream? All eyes turn to him. His chest freezes. His lips dry. But then, the words rise from memory. Steady. Alive. He says, My dream is to be free. The class is silent. The teacher smiles. The boy's heart explodes with pride. For the first time, English is not fear. It is freedom. And here is a phrase for you. Repeat it. I will be free. Say it loud. Say it strong. Feel the power. That sentence is not just grammar. It is life. It is belief. And belief is the root of fluency. Belief creates action. The days race forward. His dream grows. But life is never straight. On day 23, disaster strikes again. A twist darker than before. His father loses his job. The family is hungry. Money is gone. The boy is told, Stop studying, work. Forget English. We need food. His chest cracks. His hands tremble. His eyes fill with tears. He wants to shout, to fight. But silence strangles him. That night, he stares at his notebook. He feels torn between two worlds. Survival or dream? Hunger or hope? What would you choose? He decides. He will work, but he will not stop. He will wake earlier, sleep later, steal time from the cracks of life. So he works in the market, carrying bags, cleaning floors, sweating under the sun. But every pause, every breath, he repeats his words. Love, light, fight, rise. He whispers them under his breath while lifting boxes. He sings them silently while sweeping the dust. People laugh. Crazy boy! But he does not stop. Because he knows. A word spoken 1,000 times becomes part of your soul. And slowly, something happens. English is no longer study. It is his blood, his breath, his song, his prayer, his weapon against despair. On day 28, he surprises himself. He speaks 10 full sentences in English without thinking. Smooth, clear, natural. His heart almost bursts with joy. This is the climax of his second act. From broken shoes, from hunger, from doubt. He has risen with 1,000 words burning inside him. But wait, this is not the end. Because the greatest test is still ahead. And when it comes, it will shake his soul. The final days arrive. Day 29. Day 30. The boy counts his words. 900, 950, 990. Almost 1,000. His heart beats faster. His hands shake. He whispers each word again. Hope. Dream. fight, light, pain, love, rise, win. His voice is fire. But then, the greatest test comes. His school announces an English speech contest. One winner. One chance. His name is on the list. He feels his chest collapse. Contest? Public speaking? His tongue turns to stone. His knees weak. His mind screams, "You cannot do it!" Have you ever felt that fear? When your chance arrives, but your fear is louder. When success is near, but doubt drags you down. The boy spends the night awake. His notebook open. His candle flickers. He repeats sentences, but his voice trembles. His hands cover his face. He whispers, "I cannot." But then, a memory. His mother's smile. His teacher's words. His dream. His 1,000 words glowing like stars. He stands. He breathes. He says aloud, "I can." Again, louder, "I can." Until the words become truth. Until fear bends and breaks. The contest day arrives. The room is crowded. Lights burn hot. Students whisper. Judges stare. He stands on the stage. Silence swallows him. His knees shake. Sweat drips. His tongue is heavy. But then, he remembers one word. Hope. He whispers it. And the storm calms. He begins. Slow. Broken. But real. My dream is freedom. My dream is English. My dream is to speak with the world. The crowd leans in. His voice grows. Stronger. Clearer. His 1,000 words rise like an army. They march through his lips with pride. I was poor. I was weak. But English gave me power. English gave me wings. And I will never stop. The room erupts. Applause crashes like thunder. Tears blur his eyes. His teacher smiles. His mother cries. The boy bows. Chest full of fire. Have you ever tasted that victory? When your fear becomes strength. When your voice becomes your weapon? That moment is worth every tear. He wins. First prize. But more than a trophy. He wins himself. His voice. His dream. His freedom. His 1,000 words alive forever. And here is a lesson for you. Repeat this sentence. I can do it. Again, louder. Stronger. Make it your truth. Do not laugh. Do not doubt. Speak it. Because every time you say it, your belief grows. And belief builds fluency. The story does not end there. Because one contest is not life. After victory, new battles rise. After one win, new mountains appear. The boy enters the real world. Job interviews. Strangers. Foreigners. Each moment a new test. Each word a weapon. Each sentence a bridge. One day, he meets a foreigner in the city. The man asks, "Where's the train station?" The boy answers smoothly, "No fear." The man smiles. "Thank you." Just 2 words. But for the boy, it is lightning, proof that he is no longer the same. From silence to speech. From shame to pride. From broken to whole. This is the journey of 1,000 words in 30 days. But here is the twist. Words are not enough. Words are only tools. Without courage, without practice, they remain dead. So the boy learns again. He speaks daily. He listens to songs. He repeats movies. He talks to strangers. His 1,000 words become alive. And for you, here is a phrase to practice. Say, practice makes perfect. Repeat it. Write it. Use it. Make it part of your blood. Because perfection is not talent. It is not luck. It is repetition. Every day. Every moment. Until English is no longer foreign, but natural. But the road is not smooth. He faces laughter, mistakes, shame, people mocking his accent. people correcting him harshly. Each word a stone. One day, after a mistake, he almost quits, his heart heavy, his voice silent. He whispers, "Why me? Why always pain?" And then, another memory. His first word. Hope. He repeats it, slowly, gently, like a prayer, like a shield. And hope saves him again. That is the secret. Not grammar, not vocabulary lists, but hope. Hope that tomorrow you will be better than today. So, let me ask you, if he can do it with hunger, broken shoes, and firelight, why not you? What excuse do you have? Take one notebook. Take one pen. Take one word. Begin today. Not tomorrow. Not someday. Today. Because today is your turning point. And just like him, you can rise. From fear to courage. From silence to voice. From dream to reality. 1,000 words at a time. After the contest, the boy's world changes. People notice him. Teachers respect him. Friends admire him. But inside, he knows the journey is far from over. Because fluency is not one moment. It is not one prize. It is daily battle, daily practice, daily fight, like breathing, like walking, like living. He remembers the first night, rain falling, candle burning, his stomach empty, his dream alive. That night, English was pain. Now, English is power, but power must grow. So he continues. He sets a new challenge. One conversation every day. Not writing, not reading. Speaking. Face to face. The first attempt is terrifying. He approaches a foreigner near the bus stop. His chest freezes. His voice trembles. He says, "Hello, how are you?" The man smiles. Answers. Words fly fast. Too fast. The boy understands little. But he smiles back. He says, "I am fine. Thank you." That small exchange feels like gold, a conversation of 10 seconds. But to him, it is a victory greater than a mountain. Have you ever felt that? The joy of one small success, the pride of one step forward. Even if the road is endless, he makes it a habit. Every day, one conversation, shopkeepers, travelers, students, sometimes one sentence, sometimes two, sometimes silence, but always trying. And soon, something amazing happens. His fear weakens. His voice grows natural. English flows, not perfectly, but confidently. His 1,000 words become living bridges. Here is your practice. Repeat this sentence. Every day, one step. Say it now. Loud, strong. Because progress is not speed. It is consistency. By month 2, he has spoken to 30 strangers, 30 short moments, 30 heartbeats of courage. And courage, like muscle, grows with use. But life tests him again. One evening, he joins a study group. Other students speak fast, fluent, confident. His chest sinks. His dream shakes. He feels small, weak, useless. His notebook of 1,000 words feels like nothing. Doubt returns, sharp and cruel. You are not good enough. Have you ever compared yourself to others? Felt tiny beside giants? Felt like your effort was a drop in an endless ocean? He almost leaves. His chair pushes back. His legs tremble. But then, he remembers a phrase. Never compare your beginning to someone else's middle. So he stays. He listens. He speaks slowly. Wrong words. Broken grammar. Heavy accent. But he stays. And staying is the seed of growth. At the end, the teacher claps his shoulder. Good job. You tried. Those 3 words are fuel. Small encouragement. Huge power. He rises again. This is the truth. English is not learned in silence. It is learned in mistakes, in laughter, in courage, in refusing to run away. So, I ask you, if you were in that room, would you stay? Would you fight through the shame? Would you continue speaking? The boy does, and day by day, his confidence grows, not by magic, not by talent, but by falling, rising, falling, and rising again. On day 45, he surprises himself. He speaks for 2 minutes without stopping. His classmates listen. His teacher nods. His heart dances with joy. Here is a phrase for you. Repeat. I am improving again. Stronger. I am improving because believing in progress is as important as studying. But the road still bends. On day 50, he faces his hardest challenge yet. A real interview. In English. His dream job depends on it. The room is cold. The light's bright. The interviewer serious. He asks, "Tell me about yourself." The boy's chest tightens. His voice stuck. For 1 second. Silence. Fear whispers. Failure waits. But then he remembers the fire. The notebook. The 1,000 words. The contest. The hope. He breathes. He begins. My name is... His words flow. Simple. Clear. Honest. Not perfect, but alive. His voice carries strength, not fear. The interviewer listens, smiles, nods. The boy feels alive. He finishes. Not flawless, but real. And that is enough. Because courage is victory. Have you ever faced that moment? When everything depends on your words? When your voice decides your future? Would you freeze or would you rise? The boy rises. He leaves the room proud. He knows. No matter the result, he has spoken his truth. And truth is freedom. That night, he writes in his notebook, not new words, just one sentence. English is not my subject. English is my life. And from that day, his journey changes. English is no longer study. It is part of his breath, his story, his destiny. The boy begins to see English everywhere. On billboards, in songs, in conversations on the street. What once felt foreign now feels like a friend. He listens to music. At first, only sounds, then words, then meaning. One lyric strikes his heart. Don't stop believing. He whispers it all night. Songs become lessons. Movies become teachers. Strangers become practice partners. Every corner of his world transforms into a classroom, alive with possibility and growth. But success creates new challenges. People begin asking him for help. Classmates want tips. Younger students want guidance. He feels pressure heavy on his shoulders. Have you ever felt that weight? When others look to you for answers, but you are still searching for your own? It feels frightening. He doubts again. Who am I to teach? I am still learning. But then he remembers. Teaching is not perfection. Teaching is sharing the journey. So he helps. He tells his secret. 1 notebook, 1 pen, 1,000 words, 30 days. Courage every day. That is how I began. Students listen. They smile. They try. And soon, they too begin to rise. The boy realizes something powerful. Teaching multiplies learning. Here is a phrase for you. Repeat, sharing is growing. Say it now, loud, clear. Because when you share knowledge, your own understanding deepens. By month 3, he is no longer just a learner. He is a leader. His story inspires others. His pain becomes their hope. But life is not done testing him. On day 90, disaster strikes once more. His father becomes ill. Hospital bills pile up. Money vanishes. The boy feels crushed. All his progress, all his dreams, seems small against the storm of real life. He wonders, is this the end? He works harder. Markets, nights, cleaning jobs, his body aches, his voice weakens. His time for English shrinks. Doubt returns, darker than ever before. Have you ever felt that? When life itself seems to pull you away from your dream, when every step forward feels stolen by pain. But then, another twist. While cleaning at night, he meets a traveler who cannot speak the local language. The traveler asks for help, in English. The boy understands. He answers. He guides. The traveler smiles, grateful. That simple moment strikes his heart like lightning. His English has value. He realizes something life-changing. English is not just for exams, not just for contests, not just for dreams. It is for service, for connection, for life. And that belief reignites his fire. He studies again. Tired, hungry, busy. But he studies. Because English is now bigger than himself. Here is a phrase to practice. English connects me. Say it. Believe it. Because language is not only words, it is bridges between hearts. By the end of month 3, his 1,000 words have multiplied. 2,000, 3,000. Not perfect, not complete, but enough to change his destiny. His teachers see his progress. They recommend him for a scholarship, a chance to study abroad. The boy's heart races. His dream expands, but fear returns. Abroad, foreign country, fluent people? What if I fail? What if I embarrass myself? His chest tightens. His mind shakes. Have you felt that fear? The fear of success. The fear of stepping into a bigger world, where the challenge feels too heavy to carry. He almost refuses. But then, he remembers his journey. Rain, hunger, fire, hope, contest, interview. If he survived those, why not this? So he accepts. He packs his few belongings, his notebook, his pen, his dream. He says goodbye, eyes wet, voice trembling. The airplane lifts. Clouds cover the earth. The boy looks out the window. His chest fills with both fear and fire. The journey begins again. And here is your reminder. Fluency is not a destination. It is a journey. Every stage feels impossible until you take the next step. Repeat this with me. I will keep going. Say it 3 times, louder each time, because persistence is the real fluency booster. The new land is bright, loud, and strange. Foreign signs cover the streets. Voices speak fast, words crashing like waves. The boy feels small again. He enters a classroom filled with fluent students, their accents sharp, their sentences smooth. His chest tightens. His 1,000 words feel weak, broken, tiny. But then, he remembers his journey. Rain, candle, notebook, hope. 1 word. Then 10. Then 1,000. He whispers, I can do it again. He starts small. 1 conversation a day. 1 new word a day. He listens, repeats, fails, rises. The cycle repeats, like breathing, like living, and slowly. English is no longer a storm. It is a river, flowing through him, not perfect, not endless, but steady, strong, alive. One night, he calls his mother, his voice in English, then translated for her. Tears fall from both sides. She says, I am proud. That moment breaks him, because English is no longer just words. It is love. It is connection. It is giving back to those who gave everything. And here is the greatest lesson. English is not just vocabulary. It is not just grammar. It is the bridge between your dream and your destiny. So let me ask you, what is your dream? A job? A journey? A voice? Who waits for you to rise and speak? Repeat this phrase. English is my bridge. Say it now. Feel it. Own it. Because every word you learn builds your bridge stronger. The boy's story is not about talent. It is not about luck. It is about courage. About one notebook, one pen, 1,000 words. And if he can do it, with hunger, with broken shoes, with firelight, so can you. No excuses, no delays. Your 30 days begin now. Imagine yourself 1 month from today. Notebook full, heart strong, voice alive. Speaking words you thought were impossible. Feeling power you never knew. That can be you. If you start today, if you fight daily, if you never give up, your 1,000 words await. Here is your challenge. Tonight, write 10 words. Simple words. Speak them 5 times. Use them in a sentence. Do it tomorrow too. In 30 days, you will not be the same. You will carry 1,000 words in your soul. You will be transformed. And remember this. English is not your enemy. It is your ally. Not a wall, but a door. Not a test, but a key. The boy's story is proof. Pain can become power. Fear can become fire. Words can become wings. And wings can carry you anywhere. Now it is your turn. What will you do with your 30 days? Will you wait or will you rise? The choice is yours. Repeat with me one last time. I will rise. Say it again. Louder. Stronger. I will rise. Let those words live inside you. Because English is not just language. It is freedom. It is future. It is your story waiting to be told. And your story begins today. So, if this story touched you, stay with us. Like, comment your dream below. And subscribe to learn English through powerful stories every week. Your journey is just beginning. Take the first step. Write the first word. Speak the first sentence. And never stop. Your bridge is waiting.